go. G'day everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Fogcast.
Hey!
I didn't tell you could speak yet. I was still doing.
I'm so sorry.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fogcast. Sorry about that, guys. I hope you've all been well. I've been excellent. Say hi to the people, Jackie boy.
Oh, now I can speak.
Well,
Perfect.
yeah, I hadn't introduced you yet.
Oh, well, hello, Pete.
Other people will be like, whoa, what's going on
whoa.
here? Who am I listening to? I just wanted to clarify for everybody. No, I'm sitting here, as always, drinking my iced Australiano. Although, I've come into some complications with the term iced Australiano. Now, I'd originally thought that I had coined the phrase iced Australiano.
I thought you did too.
I think I have. And I'm claiming that right now. Because I hashtagged it on a photo on Instagram one day, and I realised that it was the only hashtag that had ever...
really?
It was the only hashtag in the history of Instagram that was iced Australiano. So I went, fucking beautiful, I'm onto something here. I was like, I'll coin it, it'll be my thing. So I've been saying it every now and then on the podcast, and it has been brought to my attention that I can no longer say that because I'm inadvertently calling myself a pussy. Apparently. So there's a good friend of mine, Rennie Holder. Shout out Rennie. He's in jiu-jitsu terms, he's a black belt in coffee, is what we like to say. He's an absolute coffee wizard. He's a wizard of the caffeinated arts. And he sent me this voice message on Instagram, and it kind of shattered my whole world. And it fucking it got. So I'll play the voice message. I haven't got his consent, by the way, so he'll hear it on this. And just anyway, this is the clip he sent me that shattered my world.
Bit of random history for you on the old Americano, because I notice you love saying iced Australiano. People in the coffee game always laugh at people who ask for Americanos because the way it came about was basically from soldiers in World War II being stationed in Italy not being able to drink the espresso because it was... Ooh, fucking cup just fell from the wall. But the espresso was too strong. So the Americans asked, can I add a little bit of water to it? And then the Italians would be like, yay, Americano. And then the Americans thought that's what they were fucking suggesting the drink was called. So then they'd go in and be like, can I have an Americano? And the Italians would all be like, you fucking pussies. And hence the name, Americano.
So I got that message, and immediately I was like, fuck. So there goes that idea.
Oh, you can still say it.
I can still say it. But
I feel that's still good.
So it's like, the reason they called it Americano is because Americans couldn't handle a long black. And I love long blacks.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was a clever term of...
It's still good. It looked good on a shirt, I'm telling you.
I know, but I don't know if I can continue the iced Australiano in good faith, knowing that I'm inadvertently calling myself a bitch to the people that are in the caffeinated industry.
How many people actually... I never knew that at all.
No, I didn't know that either.
That's
well, also, Rennie's been in coffee for 20 years,
Yeah,
so like, he's in the know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But actually, he sent me a message after that as well. So hold on. We have more.
Part 2.
Which is kind of what we're talking about.
But yeah, no one who knows anything about coffee in Australia, when you get asked for an Americano, we all fucking laugh. It's just a long black. Ice long black or a long black.
So there you have it. It's just a long black or an iced long black.
Yep.
But, you know, I like to have a bit of fun.
I like to have a bit of fun.
So I call it an iced Australiano.
I think it's hilarious.
It is. Good. But I was like, I'm onto something. This is funny. I'm going to coin this phrase. And then find out.
You did coin the phrase.
Yeah, but there's a reason no one else had coined it. And that's my point. Sometimes things are better left unsaid. The worst part is I've been saying this for 10 episodes, and only now has he gone, oh, by the way, you know how you're always saying ice Australiano like it's cool? It actually means that you're a pussy and can't handle regular coffee.
Do you get extra ice, extra water?
No, I get extra ice.
Extra ice.
I get extra ice because we live on the Gold Coast and it's hot.
It does. It melts
I need
quick,
more
melts
ice,
quick.
and I'm going to get into a beef with fucking Ice Long Blacks. So people don't put enough ice in Ice Long
Why?
Blacks.
Are you saving money on ice?
No, it's because I don't want to fill up the ice well or the whatever the ice. You know,
Couple curves.
there's a scarcity. But then they just give me this diluted fucking wet. I know wet coffee doesn't sound like a bad thing, but it is. And then it's like because I want to savor it, right? I don't want to be pushed to be smashing this coffee. And when it's fucking diluted, it's just I don't know. It just tastes shit. It's not cold. It's called an iced long black. The emphasis is on the ice. You know what I mean? Oh, can I get a watery long black? Yeah, of course. If I was ordering a watery long black and I asked for a watery long black, then we wouldn't have any quarrels, good sir. But that's not the case. Because they know it's supposed to be iced. And most places, look, I know a lot of people get angry because they're like, hey, why does fucking my iced latte cost $3 extra than my fucking hot latte? You know what I mean? That's whatever. That's just taking advantage of the climate on the Gold Coast. So that's just how that goes.
Does an iced latte cost more than a regular latte? No.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it does. That's what I mean. Like a long black's like $4.55, and then an iced one is like $6.
Yeah, they rip it.
Yeah. But my point is, I don't care about that. That's fair enough because whatever you think whatever. You're doing more work for it, whatever. Well, I guess the electricity price of running an ice machine. Anyway, that's not my point. My point is, if I am paying an extra $2 for it, fucking load me up with ice. There's no way in fucking hell that I'm gonna pay more for this coffee to have ice in it, and then you skip me on the ice. And I always ask for extra ice, and I do get looks. There was like they look at me like I was gonna put the right amount of ice in it. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I feel like no one asked for extra ice.
They look at me because they go, I was going to put the right amount of ice in. I'm like, well, I have trust issues because it has happened to me too many fucking times. And here we are.
It happens quite
often. Here we are complaining about it
First world
on a
problems.
podcast.
On a podcast. I'm going to go home and yell at a microphone about this.
Yeah, that's kind of how this is my therapy.
This is free therapy.
This is an actual therapy session. But yeah, I'm going to keep saying it.
I reckon you keep saying it.
I'm going to keep saying it.
I reckon it's funny.
And
if anything, I reckon that adds to it more.
Well, let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Maybe
Maybe I'm just looking at the bright side.
Yeah, maybe. But it's definitely going to be in the back of my mind. So thank you, Rennie, for bringing me back down to earth, keeping my my untethered ego in check.
You get him in the podcast.
Yeah, I actually should get Rennie on the podcast. He'd be super down.
If you got any coffee questions, send him this way.
Yeah, very knowledgeable man. But yeah, fuck people that don't put enough ice in your fucking ice long black.
The Australiano.
Yeah.
Fuck them. But most coffee shops are shit anyway.
There's good ones.
There's good ones. But
Yeah, I know. Well, like, my other biggest pet peeve with cafes is... Because I drink black coffee, obviously.
See, I'm a latte with honey kind of man.
That's but I was getting to that. I'm a long black with honey man. We're both honey man.
Yeah. I feel like we get that from an old man.
But I'll always say, I mean, it's implied that you're going to stir the honey, right?
Yeah.
It's implied.
Oh, you'd think.
If you know anything about honey and its density and its ability to dissolve in heat. Yeah, she's thick. She's
thick. She's a thick bitch.
She's a thick bitch. She's thick with two C's.
Oh, yeah.
Honey's no joke. It's like molasses.
It's for the queen.
Yeah, you actually have to put honey upside down for a number of minutes before it gets to the point where you can squeeze it out. Yeah, anyway, so it should be implied that stirring in the honey would be a prerequisite, but apparently for a lot of people it is not. So I always say when I order a coffee, I'm like, hey, could I get a long black with honey, and could you stir the honey? And again, they look at you like, I was going to stir the honey.
When you get the last bit of it and it's just pure
that's
honey.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I know immediately when it isn't, because I sip the coffee and I go, well, that's just coffee. And then I sip and I'm drinking and drinking and drinking. Well, that's just coffee, isn't it? Yeah. Pissed off. How dare you give me exactly what I wanted.
Pay good money.
I drink. I go halfway down, and then it starts getting sweeter, and I go, "Oh, here it comes!" And then at the end, you fucking have that last little bit of coffee, and just get electrocuted with sugar.
Yeah. Nah. Not good.
No, not when it's bittersweet. Literally, because I'm drinking I'm drinking quite a bit of coffee, and then when I get to the end, it's the opposite end of the spectrum. It's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet, guys. It's bittersweet, but hey, that's life.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say.
Guys, that's what the people say. That's what the people say. That's what the people do. And that's where we are with it at the moment. In the first world,
All right.
without problems, without coffees, not being stirred. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it. Bothers me. Bothers me when I'm paying a lot of money for it. But hey.
Yeah. The markup on coffees is...
Yeah.
Not
Well,
really.
it's just... It's... Look, we shouldn't even have the coffee conversation without Rennie here because he'd definitely have the
we'll
counter argument.
let's save it for a later date.
The price of coffee is definitely warranted. It's because of the quality that we demand in Australia. You know what I mean? Like everyone wants really good coffee.
Do we
Good
have
coffee,
good
better
quality-
beans, better baristas, better, you know what I mean? It all ends up costing. I don't mind paying for coffee has never been a problem with me.
yeah.
It's when I pay for it and it's not the way I want it
Yeah,
that I
well,
get that I have a
That's
problem
with
with.
anything, though.
Yeah, that's true.
We get a steak that's not cooked well. It's like, well...
Well, I don't buy steaks out often for that
I
reason.
just went to Outback Steakhouse. Let me say, I can cook
Okay.
a better steak at home.
Oh.
But the cut of meat was beautiful.
Yeah,
like
yes,
it melted.
yes.
It was like butter.
But that's my problem
But
with ordering
seasoning
steaks out
wise-
because Jack and I, and our older brother Oliver are steak wizards. We are very inversed in the steak world. We've been cooking them for years. Like we can't cook much.
Some would say it's the only thing I know how to cook.
And those people would be right. We specialise specifically in cooking steaks medium rare, right?
Yeah, medium rare.
We've been doing it for like a decade.
Even rare if I'm feeling spicy.
Still not that long. I mean, I'm sure a professional chef would have way more to say.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point I'm saying is when I go out and I get a steak and I know that I can cook a better steak,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
pissed.
if you can cook it better at home, I can't cook better Italian at home.
Yeah.
I'm
That-
not cooking
and that's-
pasta from scratch.
Exactly.
Well, you guys are. But
Yeah.
I'm not.
Alyssa does. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Italian. She's very good with the pasta. She's got away with pasta.
If you can cook it better and you're paying more money than you could bank it for,
That's my argument with going out and eating is that if I'm going out to a meal, I want something that I can't make at home. You know what I mean?
well, it's like a pub palmy hits different. I'll pay for a pub palmy.
Yeah. Like pub palmy's good. I do like a pub palmy,
But-
but like egg, like I would never buy breakfast out.
I'm not. No, I can't eat. I like my bacon eggs.
I'm a fucking. I'm very good at cooking eggs.
Yeah.
I've been cooking eggs since I was 11 years old. As soon as I learnt how to boil an egg and to scramble an egg and to fry an egg, I cooked so many fucking eggs at home. I don't know if you remember, but like
did go for an egg
when mum taught me how to cook an egg properly, I was like, I had eggs on toast 3 times a day.
Oh, you did.
And then I was like, does anyone else want like an egg on
Eggs on
toast?
toast?
Because I found it so satisfying cooking an egg properly. It was so good. To this day, I love eggs, and I cook them perfectly and very deliberately. And then when I get them out, and I know when they're fucking over, I know when they're under. I
like the bacon. The bacon gets me. They never cook bacon. I like crispy bacon.
Yeah, they undercook bacon.
They undercook
They
it
give
every
you, like,
time.
raw bacon. I don't like that.
And I like streaky. It's just a whole thing. It's just not for me.
Yeah, and no. Well,
streak-
some cafes
some
do
do.
streaky bacon, but mostly just middle bacon.
Yeah, unless you
Just
get
like, hey, if we're having middle bacon, why don't I just get some ham? Okay.
You're not going to cook it properly anyway. Let's just stick to
let's
ham.
just get ham. Why don't you just give me some ham off the bone? Because it's better than middle bacon, or like even worse, the eye bacon. Just that.
Oh.
You ever go to someone's house and they go, "Hey, do you want bacon and eggs?" And you go,
Oh.
"Yeah," and they go,
I've-
"No, this is even better." They'll go, "Hey, do you want some bacon, eggs, and a coffee?" And I'll go, "Oh, bacon, eggs, and a coffee. They're like my 3 favorite things."
Green eggs and ham.
And I go, "Yeah." And then they go, "Cool. So we got eye bacon, we got caged eggs, and we've got Marcona instant coffee. Would you like some breakfast?"
It needs some margarine to top it all off.
Yeah, oh yeah, and
Jesus.
and if you're cooking eggs and margarine, you can jump off a bridge.
Oh, God. It's like when you ever get steak at a friend's house and they get those thin little pieces of...
Oh no! Would you, man? Or like, you ever go to someone's house and they
it's
go, "Do
just
you want steak for
rubber.
dinner?" And you're like, "Fuck yeah,
That's
steak!"
mint.
And then they just flip it on the Barbie 56 times, and you just watch all the flavour and all the juice just dripping to the bottom of the barbecue as they're flipping over this piece of fucking cardboard. Oh,
It's always, to be fair, it's always the big families where they're cooking a bunch of food.
yeah, that's true.
That's just, you
That's
got to
true.
pump that out.
That's true.
First
But it's just a standard that I have in my head.
I just love steaks too much. You can't.
I love steak too much. I love eggs too much. Steak and eggs. Now you're talking.
I haven't had steak and eggs in a long time.
But yeah, even if I'm at someone's house and they're like, "Hey, would you like a coffee?" And I'm like, in the back of my head, I always want a coffee.
Yes.
No matter if I've just had a coffee, I probably want another one.
Any time of the day, you'll take a coffee.
I will take one, even
Nine
if
times
it's
out
at
of 10.
night. I will take it. I will take a coffee.
You do love a coffee.
If I find out that you're trying to offer me instant coffee, I'm offended. And no, I don't want your fucking coffee. Because you know what? It ain't coffee. You're stirring dirt into water.
Oh,
It's not a coffee. Because I drink black coffee. It has
Yeah.
to be like actual
do
coffee.
you ever use like French press? Those like.
No. I have that stovetop
Oh, you got
doodad.
the stovetop,
The Italian
that's right.
stovetop doodad. Again, Rennie would probably know what it's called. Mocha pot. That's a mocha pot. Hey, he
Mocha
got one.
pot.
Hey, I got a buddy mocha pot. I got one. Yeah. Anyway, that's probably enough shitting on our friends' culinary expertise.
Yeah, let's not. Wait till he's
do
here.
that. Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll definitely get him on. I wanted to bring up. This is something I wanted to bring up on the podcast. Is because a few episodes ago I brought up the red shoe theory, which was you never trust a man in red shoes. I don't know if this is specific to the Gold Coast. It's kind of why I wanted to start this phenomena.
No, I think it's Australia wide.
Yeah, it could be Australia-wide, that if you see someone and they have like full blood red shoes on,
Generally TNs.
they're generally a man of the underworld. They're always sketchy-looking dudes.
Oh yeah, every time.
They're always sketchy-looking dudes. And I wanted to bring that up because I wanted to bring up lads and eshays. Now, lads and eshays is the epidemic. It is an epidemic. Unfortunately, it has become a cultural staple in this country. Like, I actually think that it's a full... Because now, because when I was like 16, like when I was in high school, if you wore TNs and a bum bag and a dry fit, you were very much about that life.
Well,
like, you were hitting people over the head, you were stealing shoes, you were fucking...
Yeah, well, it was Metro and lads.
This is what I was getting at.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm saying is, when eshays back in the day, if you saw those clothes, you knew you were in trouble.
Yeah.
If I saw a dry fit and some TNs, I'm crossing the road. I'm like, fuck this dude. He's going to
You
stab
see
me.
five of them hop on the bus, I'm getting off the bus.
I'm out of here. But nowadays, I see like young kids wearing like TNs and stuff, and they're like with their mums holding their hand, and I'm like, oh, so it's like a fashion thing now. And I learnt that in Melbourne because I went to Melbourne and like girls wear TNs.
Well, that's a big shoe culture in Melbourne.
Yeah, true. Well, it's a big fashion culture as well.
More fashion culture.
But I didn't realise that, because to me, those clothes meant trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I see that and I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble here.
Those are gutter stopping boots.
But yeah, but when I was in high school, there was the big, because of Cursor and 360, there was the big divide, the great divide of our generation. It was like
You were either Macklemore or a lad, essentially.
yeah, it was metros and lads. It was the
Metros
thing.
and lads.
You either rolled up your skinny jeans or you had a mullet and you fucking loved punching backy cones in a garage. It was fucking. It was really funny, and it was like you had to be one. You had to be one. Obviously, considering my haircut and my involvement in drama classes at the time, I was a metro
With a fake stretcher.
Don't bring up the fake stretcher. He's always chucking in the fake stretcher, okay? Like, the one embarrassing thing I ever did was get a fake stretcher, and he's like, oh, fucking fake. Also, okay. You know what? It actually isn't embarrassing.
I've started something here. I apologize.
Yeah, you have. Because stretchers were really cool at the time, right? And I was like, I don't want to fuck my ear up for life.
No, you went about it the right way.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I'm not
I had my ear pierced, and I got a fucking fake one put in. And then when the fad was over and it all died down, I just took it out, and then my ear's fine. So who's laughing now? Everybody gave me shit for having a fake stretcher.
I think anyone gave
No one did. Just you now triggered me.
Yep. I didn't realise this was buried. This was buried in deep in 2012.
Oh, I got a weak psyche. But yeah, I actually made the right decision then.
But what's it now? Is it just lads? There's no real metros. That turned into hipsters, I guess.
I guess metros
Turn into
aren't
hipsters.
really a thing, are they? They're not really.
They went to hipsters.
Yeah, hipsters. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
And they all. Well, that's what I mean. Though it's like I think the Eshays won.
Eshay. Bah.
Eshay. I think they won.
Yeah.
I think they fully did. I see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you kind of.
But the Lacoste hat I used to wear was an Eshay.
Oh, yeah. Under Armour's
still is.
okay.
That's all
Isn't
right.
that funny, though? But certain brands are associated with crime.
I can't wear a polo.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't wear a polo.
If I wear a polo and T... Yeah, well, that's the cursor. That's the
That,
polo
yeah,
TN.
yeah.
But flipping, it looked like a tennis
Yeah,
instructor.
put your which was so good. Put your
a good
yeah.
vibe.
If you got a polo on and you got TNs on, you better shave your legs because you got to complete the outfit. Why do they always have shaved legs?
I don't know. Smooth for the boyfriends? I don't know.
From the comfort of our house. He wouldn't be saying that at a train station. At 3 in the
I would
morning.
not. No. God, no.
No, but I wanted to. Because when I was younger, it was like a full danger zone with like lads and eshays.
You ever had a close call?
Yeah, so because now like Palm Beach, say,
Crazy.
is like soy lattes and yummy mummies pushing their prams around. You know
Pinkies
what I mean?
up, yeah.
Pinkies out, exactly right. It's all like upmarket and gentrified, and you know everything's fucking la-di-da in Palm Beach. When I was 15, Palm Beach was like the ghetto.
Oh, yeah.
Palm Beach was rough.
You wouldn't walk around
as
Palmy at night.
Fuck. No, if you walked around Palmy past like nighttime, you were getting fucked up. I had plenty of friends that got bashed. I'd been chased myself. This one time, this wasn't even in Palm Beach, this was in Chugan.
Just throwing stow.
Hey?
Throwing stow away.
Yeah. Fucking me, who was it? It was me, Lewis, and I'm pretty sure it was CB. We're walking down to the shops. It actually was on Halloween. So Halloween, people are always out.
It's Halloween.
Go nuts. But I mean, we weren't fucking dressed up as cats or anything. Like we weren't fucking, we weren't celebrating Hello.
Musical or?
Yeah, we weren't celebrating the Ween of Hello. So we walked down to get some ice cream, as 15-year-olds do.
Yeah.
And we were walking back, and this car, this fucking Commodore with no hubcaps, came to a screeching halt, and we heard a voice bellow out from inside the car, go, "What'd you say, cunt?" Which obviously is a ridiculous thing to say to someone after you just sped up and jumped out of a car. Like, oh no, like
It's always the go-to line.
and yeah, and we were like, no, we actually didn't say anything. We didn't say anything.
I think you must have got the wrong
Yeah,
guys.
I think you're looking for somebody else. And this dude got out who was like 6'1", built like a brick shithouse. It's funny because in my memory that's probably not how it was because I was just like a smaller kid.
Yeah.
But he was like a big fucking, those dudes that are jacked and then have a mullet so they look like a rooster. He looked like a fucking rooster.
I mean, their head
yeah,
bops
you
like
fucking,
one. He
you
starts
want to
kicking.
fucking go. And he got out of the car and walked straight up to Lewis because Lewis had actually gone through puberty. So he walked straight up to Lewis and was staunching him. And then his other little fucking eshay protege, or Padawan? What do they call? What do they call them when they want to be nommed up to the bikies? Do they call them? Is it like your Padawan?
I'd say Padawan.
Yeah. Anyway, little rat tail bitch or whatever it is, from the comfort of my home.
For the company.
Then this kid got out and he was about 13 and he was fucking 40 kilos and up to my chin. So I had
They have all the confidence in the world.
I had a head high on him, and he walked straight up to me, looked up and was like, "Yeah, brah, yeah." And I remember thinking, he thinks he has the upper hand here. There was 3 of us, 2 of them. The one guy was pretty big, right? But then he had that little fucking.
Yeah, but if Lewis takes on him, you got 2-on-1 for a 13-year-old.
Yeah, but then he walked
Math.
but the kid walked up to me with such confidence that I was like, "There's the only way this kid has that much confidence is if he has a blade."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, so he's
More
definitely got a
weapon,
fucking knife.
Yeah, straight up.
Anyway, so the 3 of us were kind of like, we're all in that situation where it's like, are we about to have a scrap with these gentlemen from Tweed Heads who drive a hubcapless Commodore? Like, are we about to throw down? And I hadn't done any jiu-jitsu at the time or like any sort of fighting or whatever. Played a few games of rugby and still got squished in that. So I like wasn't exactly fucking, walking with my shoulders back or anything. And we all kind of like silently decided that we were going to run away. And then all I heard was Lewis's foot go boom, and it was just him like like a fucking
Yeah.
sidestep.
Also, he was
Benji
like
Marshall.
the fastest man in Australia for his age at the time.
Yeah, he was also like a fucking track and field star. And he went, as soon as I heard his foot slap against the ground, I was like, oh, we're running. And
Yeah.
we just went, boom, and fucking beelined. And they chased us like fucking all around Chugan
In the
Fruit
car?
Market.
Did they jump in the car?
The guy that was, because there was a guy still in the car, had the car running.
Yeah.
He drove around the other side, tried to cut us off. We were running over, like, we ran across the highway. They were, like, chasing us and stuff. We ended up running around for, like, 10 to 15 minutes. Fucking hiding in a bush, like, 10 minutes from our house. Like, fucking, oh, I think they're gone. See the car, like, fucking book it up another hill. Like,
Fuck.
keep running. And I was like, fuck.
How old are you then? Like 14, 15?
15,
Yeah.
probably 14, 15. And this was just like an innocent walk to the shops to get ice cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they were like driving around looking for fucking people to fight.
Which is fucked.
Yeah, which is just fucked.
Just fucked.
Super fucked. Also, you don't know what anyone knows. Like, well, that's how I think these days, like martial arts, because there's so many people that just don't look like they know anything, and then
Oh, bro, watch
fuck
people
people's
try
worlds
to
up.
fight security guards and like,
Oh,
that dude is a black belt in everything. You really want to have
so funny.
You want to have a tussle?
Yeah.
You think you're slightly bigger than him?
I know.
Okay.
But I wanted to bring that up because I want to hear everybody's eshay stories, because I
Yeah.
feel like everybody on the Gold Coast has definitely got one fucking lad story or something.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically from you running away. Because we were faced with danger, and the first thing that we all thought collectively, we didn't even have this conversation,
No.
but we were all like, and it's a great song.
It's a great song.
It's a great song. But anyway, I want to know when you, the person in the comfort of your own space, have you ever ran away from a scary situation involving some fucking eshays? Because there's no shame in it. There's no shame in running away from some sketchy... Hey, who knows? They could have AIDS.
Brownie points if it starts at a bus stop or a train station.
Yeah, I reckon there will be high statistics
I feel like
in the stories.
I'm calling it now.
100%.
It's 50% going to start at a bus stop or a train
For
station.
sure. Yeah, for sure. But I'm very curious to see if anyone else has had stories like that where they've been faced with lads and run away.
I reckon it's happened.
Because the only other stories I know of from people who didn't run away is that you get your shoes stolen and your head kicked in.
Have you had your shoes stolen? Or you
No,
had your phone stolen?
Yeah,
that your phone?
So there was we went to this party out in the valley once when we were like young and reckless and like, oh, let's go to parties.
Yeah.
Random house party.
Always
And
ends
me,
well.
Jazz and CB were there and we skated there, and then the party was cool. It was like really sick, and then it kind of like, you know, when parties take a turn and then all of a sudden you look around and like there's a bunch of dudes wearing black hats and everyone was smoking cigarettes, which to me at the time was quite a confronting sight. I was like, oh shit, we've got some bad boys.
Some bad boys in the building.
We've got some bad boys in the building. And all these dudes with fucking black hats rocked up, and Lewis actually, he got fucking jammed first. So what happened was he was walking back towards us. I remember it clearly. He was about 20 meters away, and the guy was like, hey bro, can I borrow your phone to call my mum? And we're out in Crumman Valley, so there was no reception, right?
Yeah.
And Lewis, just being like drunk friendly and the nice guy that he is, was like, yeah, of course, bro, call your mum. And then the guy just grabbed the phone, put it in his pocket, turned away. And then Lewis was like, what the fuck? And then like grabbed him on the shoulder. As he pulled his shoulder to turn him around, the guy just fucking bang, hits him with the right hand. And it was loud too. Like,
Jesus.
you know, when you hear the clap, I went bang, I went fuck. And then he goes again. He goes, man, give me my phone back. Crack, gets fucking jammed again. And I'm like, fuck. And then he walks off up the top of the hill, and Lewis is like seeing red. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this dude. And he goes to run up, and I hold him back because I look up and there's like 30 lads, black hats, TNs, eshay, eshay baps. They're all speaking pig Latin. It was going off.
Eat swar, brother.
Eat swar, my brother. Yeah, all that shit. And then I pulled him back, and I was like, bro, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Your phone's gone.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
we're not
forget
getting
it.
murdered, you know what I mean? And then we realised that all those dudes were hovering around this bush where we kept our skateboards. So we went up and rummaged through the bush to grab our skateboards. As we were getting our skateboards, the same dude, the ringleader of the boys, called me out and he was like, "Oi!" And I was like, "Yeah, hey, yes, hello." And he he was like, "Oh man, could I borrow your phone to call my mum?" And I was like, knowing, like, I've got the information in my head of how this...
I see how this ruse plays out.
Event transpires. I was like, "Oh, nah, man, didn't bring my phone." He's like, "Nah, everyone has a phone." I was like, "Oh, nah, there's no reception out here, so I thought I wouldn't need it." You know what I mean? I'm like, that's a pretty good excuse.
Pretty good.
Like, hey, no reception out here, don't have my phone on me. You know what I mean? I'm just a little guy telling the truth. And he goes, "Oh, yeah," and then puts his hand out and fucking pats my pocket and goes, "Yeah, you do." And I went, "Oh, no." And then I just was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble here." And then I kind of half turned away and he just fucking dropped me, man. Just punched me straight in the temple. Just crack. And I just went down. I remember just going down. He was like fucking 2 heads tall. He was like a man and he was a man and I was very much a boy.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked though.
So I get jammed. I just go down because I'm like, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
There's 15 dudes behind him.
Fetal
I was
position.
Like, I literally went to the fetal position and he just starts kicking the fucking back of my head. Just boom, soccer kicking me in the head.
Jesus.
Bang. Just bang.
I
bang,
don't remember it being that bad.
Yeah, bro. Kicked me like 3-4 times in the head.
Holy fuck.
And then his girlfriend yells, "Fucking stop it. He's like 12. Because I don't know if you saw me at 15, but I was like
12.
I
yeah.
was 12.
I was 12 for a long time.
I was 11 for 10 years.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for the pity of that woman, I would have honestly got my fucking skull caved in.
If we just kept going.
"Stop it, he's like 12. And then they just got off. And poor CB and Jazz, because they couldn't do anything because there was like an essentially an army of...
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Especially at that age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then we scurried away, got our skateboards, kept my phone, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Never gave up my iPhone 3, nice. Chunky boy, if anyone remembers. Never actually gave up my...
3GS?
Yeah, I think
the white back?
No, I think it was just a 3, bro.
Oh, probably could be the 3.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I didn't get my phone stolen, so that was a plus. And then we ended up hiding in a bush next to the creek and calling a taxi that never came. We waited 2 hours for a taxi, and we were literally shaking. You know that scene of in Lord of the Rings when Frodo and Pippin and Merry and shit are like under the grassy cave and the ring wraiths come over the top and they're like peeking around. That's how it felt, man.
Oh yeah, I
felt like I was gonna get fucking.
You can go there. That's like a place.
What?
You can go and visit that place where they hide under there.
Oh, that's cool.
And the horse peers over.
Well, I don't need to go there because I was there, guys. It happened to me. I was actually in the story. Anyway, we stayed there and shivered till 4 a.m. until like the party died down, and then skated home once the coast was clear because they were like over the road, like over the bridge out, and we were like, well, if we go back out there, we'll get bashed again, so we'll just wait it out.
So you just waited it out.
I just waited it out.
Do you ever know who it was? No.
Nah, I never knew who it was. It's kind of good. I don't think it's good to hold on to shit like that anyway. No. So like. Because now, then I'd have the biggest chip on my shoulder. Because now I do jiu-jitsu and shit. I'd be like, where is he?
Yeah.
I don't need that.
And he's probably...
It happened fucking 10 years ago.
He's probably 30 with 4 kids now living in the middle of Palm Beach.
He's probably in jail.
He's probably in jail.
He's probably in jail.
He sold his TNs for crack. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. If you want to fuck your life up on crack, it's on you, bro.
You want to sit there and bash 12-year-olds, it's all good.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so my adorable appearance got me out of that situation, luckily enough. Thank God for this punum.
Pays to be a late bloomer.
Yeah. Pays to go through puberty just before you turn 18.
I'm sure mine was like 9. I was looking so young for so long.
Dude, I was 5'5" until I was 17. Yeah. And then I grew 5 inches.
I reckon if I was small, I would...
Probably 4.5. I'm not.
4.5?
Yeah, I'm not that tall.
You're pretty tall.
Oh, I'm 6 foot with shoes on.
Yeah. I'm about the same.
Yeah. No, you're 6'1", you dick.
I don't think I'm 6.
I remember Dad always used to, because me and Jack and I, we used to have a lot of tussles as brothers do when we were younger. I would get the better of Jack for the most part. Being the older brother, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
There's definitely some cruel situations that...
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, we won't get into. We'll save that.
You and Ollie farting under a blanket and holding it down.
Yeah, that's a Dutch oven. It's a cultural icon.
It's a classic.
We won't get into
Can't
it.
beat the
We'll save
classics.
that for real therapy, not actual podcast therapy.
What's the worst thing your brothers have done to you, huh?
But I remember Dad always used to say, watch out, because one day Jack's going to be bigger than you, and when he is, you're in trouble. And then,
You know what he did?
yeah, I started doing jiu-jitsu.
You dog. You absolute dog.
And Jack became much larger than me indeed.
Oh.
And then I learned how to fight. And then I ended up winning again.
And I didn't.
A generation later. Oh, yay. Fucking oath. Do you know why? Do you know why?
I'm the creme de la creme. Filled to the brim.
Because I'm the creme de la fucking creme, bro. That's why.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Eat my dust.
Oh, I'll choke out one day.
Yeah, probably will. I mean, I've got it coming.
It has to happen.
It's gonna be like when I'm like sick and like
Yeah.
elderly in the hospital.
I was gonna
and then
say-
Jack's gonna come in with a bouquet of flowers and he's just gonna go, "Good night, bitch." And just,
I was going to say
and
when
just-
you're asleep and just come in the middle, just stand over your bed.
No, because you'd want me to know. I feel.
Yeah.
You don't just kill me when I'm asleep. I'd be offended if you killed me.
I'd
when I'm
wake
asleep.
up. I'll wake up already in position. I'd be like,
No, dude. If you try to jiu-jitsu me to death, I'll definitely get out of it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm 80 on my deathbed, I'll
On my
get out of
death-
it. On my deathbed, bro. IV in my arm, I'll
pump
get out
yourself
of
full
it.
of morphine. Let's go, baby. Dripping one arm.
But I can see that
choking the
happening,
other.
and I deserve it.
Yeah.
And I completely deserve it.
I think we'll get there one day.
With what?
Me beating you.
I mean, keep going to the gym and stuff. That's good.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, keep limiting your flexibility.
Keep limiting.
No, it's a good thing. I'm very proud of you for going to the gym. It's good. Do you feel better?
Feel way better. Well, I feel shit when I don't go now.
Yeah, see, now you're in the
I'm
trap.
over the hump. Now I'm over the hump. To get
Yeah.
over that, like, I feel shit every time after you go. You're like, this is terrible.
Yep.
But
That's
now I'm
the same
like,
with
if
me,
I don't
man.
go for a couple of days, I feel god awful.
Yeah, that's me as well. It's because you're addicted to endorphins now.
Yeah. And then once I go, I'm like, I feel so much better. Especially when you go when you don't want to go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't tap.
Don't tap.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially when you go when you don't want to go, you feel 10 times better.
Jiu-jitsu's the same, man.
thing.
Some days I'll feel like
think it's anything-
not
anything
even rolling
discipline.
out of bed. I'm like, fuck, I just feel sore and tired, and I got jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. And then some of those days when I go and I push myself to go, I end up doing the best.
Well, I've done PRs on my worst days. Go like, no, I won't get anything done. It's like, just try this, and I'm like, all right, and I'll get it. I'm like, oh fuck, actually,
Yeah.
I'm stronger than I thought. I'm like, oh, actually, it's like you get in your head like, no, you feel weak today. You're not going to do well today. And you're like, oh yeah,
And then because you felt shit and overcame it, you feel you feel twice as good.
You realize you're just lying to yourself. You're like, oh, I'm just full of bullshit. I'm full of bullshit. I'm actually still the best.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
You just get into that mindset. It's sick.
I know, but it's
I've been
like,
liking it.
yeah, it's great, man. There's nothing better than physical exercise. Just fucking,
In any form.
yeah, getting some fucking serotonin, not chemically.
Doesn't have to be gym or anything. You can play soccer a couple times a week. You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
fuck.
Go for runs. I'll go for a walk every day.
Yeah.
That's that. I love going for a walk. Just clears your head. Mum used to do it all the time, walk on the
Yeah,
beach.
mum's a big walker.
I love it.
I don't think mum can run because her tits are too big. Oh, that's her words.
Oh, it's her words? Okay.
She said that before. She
Okay.
said to me, she said, oh yeah, that's okay. You're like, no, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely just said my mum's got big tits on a podcast. But that's fine.
fine.
We move on. We move on.
We move on.
But no, it is true. She said because it had hit her in the eyes and shit.
That's fair.
Go like, whoop, 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 boom, 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 boom. Yeah, gone, gone. Oh, I'm sorry, mum.
She doesn't listen anyway.
No, she doesn't. She actually asked, she's like, can I listen to this podcast? And I was like, you can?
You can.
But I don't want you to.
If she can't come to a rugby game because
Yeah.
she's not gonna enjoy this.
Well, I don't know if
She watches the clips. The clips she can handle the clips.
she watched the clips. She just won't, I don't know if she'll get it. She probably think I'm a fucking psychopath.
She already does.
No, that was like the other day, that story I put up.
Well,
And
she did not get it.
She did not get it.
No, straight over her head.
I don't know if anyone, I put up a story the other day.
It should be in your archives.
Yeah, it'll be in my saved. I'll play the story so that I can say what she said she thought it was. Where's my archives? Where's my archives? Okay, it was this one from Ubering the other day. I just dropped off this lady, this lovely lady, this poor woman. I've got this special condition. I got a rare condition where if someone has an accent, it automatically rubs off on me if we're having a conversation. So
she said, she was like, oh, just drop me up here. I'm going to go to Coffee Club and get some breakfast. And I would usually say, oh, lovely. But what I said was, oh, lovely. Oh, I fucking hate myself.
You know what? Right. So, very funny situation that I had that morning. It's a real condition that I have as well.
It's getting bad.
It's getting real bad.
If I had a banner, this would be intervention.
Yeah, and I feel like people are like polite enough to just kind of like let it brush past sometimes. But I can't fucking help it, man. I don't know if it's because I did so much acting or whatever, but...
You just imitate. You just want to know. You want to
know how to do that. I want to know how to do that.
Yeah, and if it's in front of you, you go, it's right in front of me. I'm going to mirror it.
Yeah,
so see how close
I know. It's bad. It's like I'm doing an exercise, like a vocal exercise with them, but they're not aware of it. They're a stranger.
And they're just speaking to you.
Yeah, I know, bro. And I was just like, oh, I'm such a dick. But fucking mum, we get to mum's the other night, and she goes, oh, that story you put up was so funny. And I was like, oh, thanks, mum, because like it's actually hard to make mum laugh. Like, well, I have a bit of a dirty mind, you know, all that.
Yeah, mine's in the gutter.
Yeah, mine's definitely in the gutter. So I was like, oh, cool, thanks, mum. And she goes, so, but what kind of serious condition did that woman have? And I went, what? And she goes, well, you said she had like this serious condition or something like that. And I was like, what? No, I have the condition.
I'm the problem.
And she goes, what do you mean? You didn't have a condition? I'm like, no, that was the joke, that I had a fucking condition that I fucking have to mimic. I'm like, mum, what do you mean? What did you think was funny? That's the whole thing. I'm like, what do you mean?
What were you laughing at?
What are you laughing at? And then she's kind of just like, oh, okay then. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, fuck, man.
That's so funny, though. That's so funny.
It was fucking funny. Yeah, I just can't help it, dude.
Yeah, no.
And, like, if there's anyone out there that knows me and you have an accent and I haven't done that to you, I'm foaming at the mouth almost doing it every time we speak. And I'm sorry, I can't help. Even people with, like, specific accents and stuff, like Australian accents, if you say a word a certain way, like, I'll try and mimic it.
I can't imagine an Irishman getting you a car.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's the hardest.
That's the hardest.
It's the hardest. I do.
Well, I think that's your best at Irish. No.
Nah, English probably the best.
English, yeah.
English, I could do. I could do an English accent blindfolded. Like, that's impressive. That's nearly what I just said. Oh man, I could do that blindfold. Oh really? Could you do something that doesn't require? Yeah, I could do that. Bro, I could do an English accent with one leg.
Don't even need two hands.
Don't even need two hands. But yeah, I've always been like that, man. I fucking find it hard. Well, because if I watch a movie or something, I'm doing it.
That Batuta Advocate hit home.
Which one?
The one about
guys
that guess their IMDb.
Girlfriend annoyed. What was it? Girlfriend annoyed at boyfriend who? No, it was like Motormouth boyfriend who wants to quote the whole movie or something. Yeah. And I was like, go.
And who becomes his own IMDb page or something like that.
Yeah, he tries to impress you by guessing. No, it's fuck.
I'll find it
by trying to say which actor, where he's seen this actor before.
We're just butchering this.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Motormouth boyfriend thinks most interesting aspect of the movie is where he's seen actors before.
Yeah,
that hit home.
Guilty as charged, man.
I'm sorry.
That is.
I pride myself on it.
That's me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was.
I was like, that's too close to home,
dude. When I read that, I was like, oh man, Alyssa's definitely just been like, shut the fuck up. Oh, have you seen that actor before? Oh.
Have ya?
Have ya though? Oh no. Fuck it all.
Yeah.
Dude, they're two on the money, man.
I don't know.
I don't like
they don't miss.
No, I don't like when they're on the money when it like
for me.
When it directly hits to me.
I can laugh at the world. I can't.
Because I'm like, no, I'm unique. Don't pigeonhole me. I'm my own man. And I'm like, fuck,
don't put me in this tunnel.
I'm like, fuck, I'm so stereotypical. I'm like, shit.
I thought I was someone.
I know. It's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible.
But we all get got. We all get got in the end.
Yeah, they're after all of us, and we're all going to get got. That's just life.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say.
Sometimes I'm terrible with the buttons. Today, I'm on fire with the buttons. The buttons, because I labelled them.
We finally labelled them.
I actually relabeled the buttons so that they have the name of what they are underneath. So when I push the button, I actually know what I'm pushing. And I think that's key.
I think that's hence label.
I reckon that's key. I think that's actual key to this, key to the
If
button.
you're starting a podcast, label buttons.
Dude, so unorganised. So fucking
But
unorganised.
we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
All right, we're just ticking past 45 minutes on the podcast.
Ooh.
That's right. So we're coming to an end. I'd like to introduce another new segmente to the...
My ears are perked.
Yes. I'm going to start putting out on the podcast the license plate of the week. Yes, because I've been getting tagged in license plates for ages, and people have been sending me so many fucking ridiculous, obnoxious license plates have been popping up every week.
The Gold Coast is full of them. Never lets us down.
So if you send me the funniest or the most obnoxious one on the podcast, I will read it out and I will give you a special prize. That's right, everybody. A special prize.
Need drums.
Won't tell you what the prize is because it's a secret. And there's nothing better than a secret prize.
Is it a secret from yourself?
Yes. Just made it up. That's
just made
okay.
it up. I'm just
but there is going to be a prize.
There's gonna be a
There's going to be a prize. Now, obviously, I'm not a man of means, so I don't have many things. But what I can give you is... I don't know yet. Jack's kind of put me on the spot here, but I'll give you something. Something will be given. That's for sure.
We'll work it out. What do you want?
So we'll walk.
What do you want?
Yeah, what do you...
What do
Actually,
want?
you know what? If you send a license plate and I put it on the podcast, make your demands.
Make a list.
Make a list.
Make a
Check
list.
it twice. And I'll decide
Whether
who's
you
not
know
really
you
nice.
know.
Yeah, I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
There's low-hanging fruit. It's low-hanging fruit.
low-hanging.
This is honestly...
Easy pickings.
It's irrelevant and it's not even fun.
Easy pickings.
It's easy pickings. It just rhymed.
It rhymed.
It just rhymed.
We're not clever.
But you know how I feel.
Birds flying high.
You know how I feel. Thanks, Buble. He knows how I feel. Buble knows how I feel. See, I'm nailing the buttons today, and when I nail the buttons, I feel fucking good. And when I feel fucking good, I'm ready for the day.
And the day's over.
And the day's over, and unfortunately, the podcast is over as well. And do you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It's time for this week's Joke of the Week. Yeah, fucking Stadium Horns Joke of the Week's back. It's fucking back. So no one ever sent me any jokes. So you guys are fucking slacking, and I have to write all these jokes. So we haven't had them in a while because, hey, it's hard. And
It's hard.
I've been writing a bloody stand-up. I've been writing a stand-up special. No, I keep all my good jokes. You know what I mean? For when the time is right. You know, keep them the bloody stage. But I have found one that's just very funny. So anyway, I'll redo the intro because I always do the intro and then I go off topic and then I need to come back to the intro. So it's time for this week's Joke of the Week. Okay, so this is Joke of the Week. I'd always hated the term anal bleaching. I much prefer changing your ringtone.
Oh my God.
Isn't that a fucking good joke? That's from a quote
that's
from
great.
Glenn Danzig,
That's
who's a stand-up
great.
comedian. That was one I found on Instagram the other day, and that is a fucking good joke.
And on that note, clean your assholes. And
Yeah, on that note, always remember to wipe, sometimes with baby wipes, but always with paper at least. If you're filthy, jump in the shower, use your hand, but then wash your hands afterwards.
That got me.
That got you? Change your ringtone? No, it's funny, right? It's fucking funny. But anyway, that was Joke of the Week. Feel free to laugh. If you don't, go fuck yourself. And I'll see you guys next week. Kiss, hug, kiss, hug, kiss, hug.
Toodaloo.
Love Uncle Fogatees, because we actually both have the same last name because we're related.
Crazy.
I know, it's wild. It's almost like we've got the same parents.
Oh, almost.